We got to talk about another insurrection. We had another insurrection late in the week at the Capitol, or specifically House office buildings right near the Capitol. But unlike the last one with the ushered in grandmas and the buffalo horned shaman man, this one was done with comedic intent. So it's fine. On Thursday night, U.S. Capitol Police arrested a group of 9 staffers from Stephen Colbert's The Late Show on CBS. The arrests happened at the Longworth House office building. Apparently, all of these insurrectionist invaders were charged with unlawful entry into House office buildings after hours. That's the same general charge that many of the January 6th cases have been prosecuted according to, and indeed people went to jail for. Even people at this week, we'll get to Dr. Simone Gold in a moment, who had the same charges going to jail for 2 months. According to a Capitol Police statement at 8:30 on Thursday night, police received a call for a disturbance in the House office building. Responding officers found 7 people unescorted and without congressional ID on the 6th floor of the hallway. The building was closed to visitors at the time. The same group had been directed by Capitol Police to leave the building earlier in that day. And this group is a bunch of Stephen Colbert staffers, and they're not like interns. They're not fresh out of college kids. They are senior level staffers. We're talking producers, assistant producers, writers, people who make the show. Apparently, the team had been trying to get credentials for the January 6th committee hearings, but they were denied because they are not quote unquote news. They're not a news outlet, so they weren't let in. But the crew was in the building earlier in the day because they were making some sort of January 6th bit for the show. They were interviewing committee members, Adam Schiff and Stephanie Murphy, among some other House members. And then the group left for a few hours and returned, and they visited the offices of Lauren Boebert, Kevin McCarthy, and other Republicans. And when I say visit, I've heard accusations that they were banging on doors or otherwise creating a ruckus, but I haven't seen video, so I'm not exactly sure. They were arrested, however, outside of Boebert's office. Now, how did this happen? They did these interviews during the day. They left for a couple hours. And when they came back, they roamed the office halls for a couple hours completely unattended while the building was closed. According to Fox's Jesse Waters, they were let back in, again, when the building was closed, by Adam Schiff, of course, the California congressman who is of Trump impeachment fame and currently sits on the January 6th committee in the House, as well as fellow Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss. So if this report is true, and again, it's just a report at this time, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but the allegation is that Adam Schiff personally let these people into a House office building after hours to, among other things, go harass the offices of Republican Congress members after hours. No one
cares.
So this would, if this is true, this would be Schiff doing exactly what he is crucifying his political opponents for currently doing. It would be facilitating unlawful entry into a congressional building himself, personally. Right. The whole accusation they have against Trump is that Trump planned and helped this happen. Mm-hmm. They've never really been able to substantiate that. Here's Adam Schiff, according to this report at least, doing exactly that, actively participating in the unlawful entry. So if this gets substantiated, I mean, not that it will matter, but this would be every bit the crime of the by and large, the overwhelming volume of the January 6th prosecutions. You wouldn't be able to call this anything other than insurrection according to the terms used now. This was the unlawful entry of a House building for the purpose of what? Disrupting business.
I'm sure they'll get the same treatment.
I can't wait for the primetime televised hearing about it. Of course, you'll have to wait till after November. Certainly not before then. These Colbert staffers have been charged, again, on unlawful entry. So that, though, the progress of their legal cases will be very important to watch if you want any sort of parity in the legal system here. What sort of prosecution do they get, if any? What sort of sentencing do they get, if any? These staffers apparently spent part of the night on Thursday in jail. They were released early Friday morning.